What's going on, everybody? My name is Isaac Mihangos. I'm an artist, student, and tech enthusiast, and this is going to be my guide to buying used lenses. Now, I've been photographing for nearly half a decade now, and I know that the lens is way more important than the body. I wish I had invested way more into my glass when I first started, and I really just want to give you this tip so when you're, out on Amazon or B&H or Adorama or Craigslist, you know what you're gonna get. You know what to look out for so that the glass that you have will give you no problems. You know you're getting the best glass possible, and you're saving yourself a few bucks. So tip number one is that I rarely buy used. And why is that? Because lenses last a long time. The reason a lens costs like $2,000 or $900 is because they retain their value for very long. That's because of the design. That's because the material it's made out of, the stuff that's inside, the quality. That quality can last such a long time as long as you take care of your lens. So buying secondhand is never a bad choice. Secondhand, refurbished. I've done that with a lot of my glass. I know a lot of my friends do that. Even the professionals that I know, they're like, I would hate to buy new because they like a really big expense. Even if it comes with a warranty, I'll explain a way to get the warranty with that in my next few tips. So a lot of people would say, go out there and buy from Amazon. Amazon kind of controls everything that we do and everything that we buy from. And it basically has everything, right? Plus it has that great 2-day shipping. Hell, even that 1-day shipping if you really have, if you really bought something super expensive. But to me, Amazon is not a choice anymore, or it's not the first choice anymore, and that's because if you live in California like I do, then Amazon has a huge tax on just about everything lens and gear related. Let's just compare a 24 to 70 from Canon from Amazon compared to B&H, which you can see there's a huge difference. There's a huge tax on the Amazon side, and there's no tax on the B&H side. And why is that? When I was researching this, it said that there is no tax anywhere if you buy from anywhere outside of New York, because B&H is based out of New York. No tax. The only downfall with that is that you don't get your 2-day shipping. But to me, I'd rather wait an extra 7 days to get that lens and, save myself like quite a bit of money since lenses are super expensive. Now, Amazon isn't bad because they have multiple retailers. If you can see like right there, there's it shows you how much tax there'll be along with the shipping. So to me, that's really good. But at the same time, I just want to save a little bit of time. But if you have the time, go on there, search through their multiple retailers, and make sure it doesn't have tax. So that's why Amazon became not the first choice for me when it came to buying lenses anymore. But it is still a great option for buying used. I personally try to shop at Adorama as much as possible, and photographers will either go with Adorama or B&H. I personally don't shop at B&H because of the accusations that happen with the mistreatment of workers. So that's why I choose Adorama, because they're also certified by Canon, Sony, and Nikon to sell brand new, used, and refurbished items. And alongside with that, they have some of the best deals that I've found. I found a 70 to 200 for a great deal. When I bought that, I bought this 24 to 70. And alongside with it came this Manfrotto tripod that I was looking for. And this was a great deal because it was free. And this pretty expensive tripod too. And, one of the best things that I always try to look for, whether I be a, Creative Cloud subscription member, or I'm buying from Amazon, or if I'm buying from B&H, is that they have a great customer service. And Adorama completely has some of the best customer service that I've ever had. Just one story: when I was buying this 24 to 70, I called them up. There was some like issues with the process of buying it, and I called them up. Everything was able to get fixed, and I ordered like regular 7-day shipping, but they were gonna have a holiday, which meant that it was gonna take longer for it to get there. And I was like, oh, people got to do what they got to do. So the guy or girl that was over the phone was super cool about it. And that day, I went from regular 7-day shipping to 3-day shipping. So shout out to Adorama for taking care of their customers. And it's always been like a pleasant experience. There's always a deal on there if you sign up for their email list. This is not sponsored. I wish. I don't even have that many subscribers. But, it's a great place to buy. I highly suggest it. There's no tax. And I love their customer service. I love that they really take care of you, and they're really well knowledgeable about it. And that's why I try to shop there as much as possible. Now, we've been talking a lot about refurbished items, which is what I always try to look for. And refurbished just basically means that it's been sent back to the manufacturer because it has some sort of issue, and the manufacturer keeps it and resells it, or some other certified brand sells it, like Adorama or B&H. I shop refurbished because they go through a bunch of tests, they get redesigned, they get cleaned up, they're basically brand new, and you save a bunch of money. And in addition to that, they even come with a 1-year warranty. I bought a refurbished 7200 from B&H, and that thing still had the 1-year warranty. It's still certified by Canon. I don't have that anymore, but yeah, it's still certified by Canon. So basically, you're saving quite a bit of money, and you're getting the same quality because no manufacturer is going to put out a lens that does not work. So always try to shop refurbished as much as possible. So now we're going to move on to Craigslist. Now, a lot of people will shop on there. I personally try to put Craigslist as a last resort, and that's because is that recording? Yeah, it's recording. And that's because I got mugged once. And so these are my tips when it comes to, shopping on Craigslist. So what I do is I always ask for proof of the box. The box is super, super important, and that's because I try to match the serial number to the lens. So that way I know I'm buying a legit lens, and if they say it's secondhand, I always ask if they are the original owner, and if they are a professional, they will hold on to the invoice and to the receipt. So that way I know that there's a second owner. Along with that, there's a heavy inspection that I do. I looked at some tips. I found this great article by Petapixel, which I'll link down below. So that way you know what to look for, like minor scratches, even fungus in a lens, which is super like you can get that in there, but apparently you can. So always try to look for that. I'll put down the article down below. Plus, as a buyer, I never lowball. Also, as a seller, that in the past, it's ridiculous. Like people, like I'll put up like a filter, like $80 filter, and they'll straight up lowball you like 20%. So don't be a dick buyer. Like buy at their asking price. Don't try to lowball them, because that just creates more problems. And also meet in a very bright spot in the middle of the day. You don't get that golden hour, and in public, because that's how I got mugged. That was a rookie mistake, and that's why I always try to avoid Craigslist. And some other minor tips is that, you call up the place, whether that be B&H, Adorama, or any other seller, and ask them about their deals. And that's because one time I called Adorama, they had an open box item, and I was able to buy it on there. It wasn't even on there, it was just a display item, and it came at a great deal. Now, some other suggestions that I hear from people are buying from the Facebook pages, the free and for sale pages. I personally have never bought them, because why would I do that? I personally, that to me, that still has a long way for me to get legitimacy. Some people also shop through Instagram. There's a whole wide range of communities out there that have a for sale page. So try to shop on there. And when it comes to that, I also suggest PayPal. I've read so many stories of people getting scammed. And doing the research, the best thing to do is shop PayPal, shop the business, and something else. Not the family and friends. That's because PayPal is a guarantee that it protects you if it's a scam and all that stuff. And in addition to that, it's better to pay a little bit more and get that and have those fees than to get mugged a whole bunch of money. There's just so many stories that I hear from that. And yeah, just be safe, be patient. That's my biggest piece of advice when it comes to buying lenses. There's gonna be a deal for that lens that you're buying eventually. It's not gonna be like right away. It's not like Lens Jesus is gonna come towards you with a great deal shining on your computer. In addition to that, try to avoid tax as much as possible. That's why you shop at Adorama or B&H, because they don't have taxes. And in addition to that, make sure to do a full inspection and know what you want to buy, because you don't want to go through all this hassle of buying, a great lens that you don't like and you're not going to use, and it's just going to collect dust, because that's not what gear is for. So these are my tips. This is what I've learned from, buying glass, selling glass, and just being like a photographer and videographer in general. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any comments or any tips of your own when it comes to buying secondhand, let me know. Let the world know, because everyone wants to save money. But yeah, leave your tips down below. Let me know what you guys thought, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.